Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Setters. I will be in Vegas this weekend, so if you want to throw some craps, throw some dice at a craps table, you know what to do. It is dicesetter@gmail.com. So if you are a craps player at all, you hopefully have dice sitting in random places, maybe in your truck, in your car, at your office, at the table, somewhere. And sometimes you just sit there and look at it and look at it. You go, I never tried this dice set. Or I've never tried this dice set. I think it was 10 ton. I think he said he was using the 6564 dice set. At least I think that's what he said. And I started looking at that. I'm like, well, I have used that before, but I just do it as cross sixes. So then I sat there and threw it for a little bit, and I'm like, well, I got more than 10. So if you can do that one, all it truly is a hardway set with one of the dice turned one direction. So if that be the case, if you can conquer the 6564, then your opportunities are absolutely endless. You can start with hardway 1 and whatever, 1 and 2, and then turn this one just one turn. Or you could pull it back. You have 1, 2, 1, 2. You can turn this one turn. So you have endless numbers for your dice sets, but you just got to conquer the first one, which would be a 6564. If you can do that, it'll be no different than a 1312. And it would be no different than a 1315. And then if you want to switch it up again, you could do a 2326. So I thought, I want to try that. The biggest difficulty I had, I'm not for sure if it is my table or just I'm tired. It seemed like if I threw it down low, it would be a 7. And the 7s happen when you just one dice rolls one way, one dice rolls the other way, and you end up having a 7. There is only one 7 as long as it stays in rotation. I noticed if I did a higher arc, that made it so I would have longer throws. 15, I had one at 20, so then I started recording. But if you do low rolls and you're saying all I do is 7 out, you've got to have it higher up. And if you say, well, now they bounce off the table, then you got to get yourself a different table to try it at because the table you're at is too bouncy for you. But that's all I did. I know I sat there and looked it up on the interweb, and there were quite a few videos on the 6564. Didn't see any, I didn't watch them, but definitely if you sit there and look at it, lots of videos, 6564. So if you can handle that, you could handle 47 other ones that be exactly the same. They fall exactly in the same, be the same dice set. You're just changing the numbers. The 7 still remains exactly the same. The chances of 7 remains exactly the same. You're just changing up numbers. Tell me what you think. Tell me if that's true. Tell me if you sit there and say, I don't think I agree. Tell me, if you can do a 5654 based upon your starting at a hard way and turn one, flip one more rotation, keeping the hard set top the same, do you increase your chances of 7, decrease your chances of 7, or is it exactly the same? I think it's exactly the same. But throw some dice in your truck, throw some dice in your car, throw some dice in your Fiat. No, I don't think any people driving a Fiat would sit there and play craps. Just kidding. Always be studying it. You could be at a red light, sitting there waiting for it to turn, and be studying. Well, this is my dice set. This is my favorite dice set. What are the flaws wrong with my dice set? Why is it that I keep on getting this 7, a 1, 6? How come I keep on getting a 5, 2? You'll find out. I always sit there and just, it's It's a fidget device. That's all there is to it. It's a fidget device. As you guys know, I sit there and talk. I try to talk about everything about the casino, not just craps, but everything. And before I've sat there and asked, what are your pet peeves? And so I saw this post written by this guy that's a gambler. I forgot what he called it. Pet something, but it's like the opposite of a pet peeve. It was a pet. I forgot. I never heard of such a term. But if you could have an opposite of the pet peeve at the casino, what would it be? For me, the cool thing I like is finding water that you don't have to buy in your hotel room. That's huge. Wake up in the middle of the night, man, I need some water. Oh, that's right. My casino provides me with water in the refrigerator. Or having a refrigerator that you don't have to pay for. Always having a fridge in the hotel. How about the way that they treat you at the craps table when they hand back your card? They hand it back, fling it at you, sit there and say, nothing? Do they sit there and say best of luck? What would you rather them say? What are your opposite pet peeves? What makes your day when a dealer goes and hands you back the card? What opposite pet peeves do you have? What would make you stay at a casino because they do this one thing where none of the other casinos do? Or you'd rather play at this one table because of something that they do that none other place in Vegas does. So an opposite pet peeve. An attaboy? I don't know, not quite. An opposite pet peeve. I know there's got to be a name for an opposite pet peeve that doesn't sound ridiculous. An opposite pet peeve. Water in the hotel. Free water. You don't have to pay for it. That is huge. That's huge. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Here's the video. Hard for. Five. Five. Was a 5. 4. Ten. Four. 6. Six. Midnight. Yo. Five. And there goes a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that was with a 6, 5, 6, 4. Let me show you some more things with that. Let's get you down here. Let's zoom in on you guys. And right about there. Okay. 6, 5, 6, 4. All it is just a hardware set with this dice here turned one side. If you can learn how to do this, you can also do all these other combinations. One, 5, 1, 3. 1, 4, 1, 5. You can go to 2. Go to 2 hard way. Turn 1, one direction. 2, 4, 1, 5. 2, 6, 2, 4. And you can also do it with this one here. Go to your 3s. 3, 2, 3, 6. Or you could do a 3, 5, 3, 6. Go to your 4s. Hard way set. Turn 1, one way. Hard way set. Turn 1, one way. Go to your 5s. Hard way set. Turn 1, one direction. Or turn this one, this direction. And again, we were starting off, and this one is a good dice set. The biggest thing is that you've got to, if I don't throw it tall, I'll get a 7. So I got to really throw it tall. Hardway set. 6565. The set that we're throwing. 6564. The thing that will get you is if you have one roll that way, or if you have one roll that way. I believe it's safer than a hardway set, where if you have one roll that way, you're guaranteed to come out short. Or if you have one that lands this way and one that lands that way. But according to my calculations, you should have 48 different sets that way. At least I think that's how you figure it out. Because there's 6 sides and there's 4 sides every turn times by 2, which would be 8 times 6, 48. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you ever use the 6564. So if you can get past throwing the 6564, you can do all those combinations. And some of them are pretty good. Some of them have a lot of 6s and 8s in there. There's some that have a lot of 5s and 9s in there. And it's no more risky than doing the 6564. No more risky whatsoever. It is exactly the same. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think. If you can sit there and conquer this one die set, you can pretty much conquer all 48 of them. And I would sit there and once you conquer that, you can sit there and just go 1, 2, 3, just hardway 1, turn 1, hardway 2, turn 1. And to me, that would make it more easier for you to sit there and hit the all tall small, being that your dice set would always be different. Similar, but it would be different. Tell me what your thoughts are. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks, guys.